Casey Rocket. Bad news, gang. The roast doctor's in. Give it up for Joe Begley.
I'll go second. Fuck it.
All right, Casey's going for last battle of the night, everybody.
Round 1. Fight!
I know, looking at Joe Begley, you might think, wow, this guy seems really cool, but he kind of fucking sucks. Joe Begley was born and raised in Connecticut, but after talking to Joe for a little bit, you might think he was born and raised in Poopy Diaper Town, because Joe Begley smells like shit. Hey Joe, bath time called. You're a little bit overdue for your little appointment.
Probably tell this by looking at him, but Casey got arrested in high school for stealing $400 worth of turkey meat from the grocery store. The best part is, Casey wasn't even hungry, he just wanted to make sure each of the voices in his head had enough to eat.
Hey Joe, I got an idea. Eat dirt, slime bag.
Casey moves like Michael Jackson if he was always white. I just wanted to...
It's been really hard to get information from Joe all week. Every time I message him, he's been extremely short with me, which is really unusual for a guy with such a long-ass torso. Hey Joe, a horse called. They think your arms are fucking weird. So roasted, so young.
Casey looks like a washed-up personal trainer from the 1980s. Good, thank you very much. It's cool, it's nice to be moderately roasted by the audience, that's cool. It's nice to see Sidney Crawford up here doing so well. So I'm
I'm gonna follow Sidney Crawford. You did the light bulb thing. Say what you want about Joe being a convicted arsonist. He's always followed his dreams, guys. You might not know this, but Joe Begley's first job was as a cashier at Forever 21. But sure enough, he put his head down, he worked hard, and he started his own business called Preferably Under 16. Joe likes little kids. Joe likes to fuck little kids.
Well, again, you guys can probably tell this by looking at him, but Casey was addicted to Robitussin for about a decade. Yeah, he looks like he's doing all right, but he thinks he's actively living out his dream as a mumble rapper, right?
Oh man, Joe's a really smart guy, man. For example, Joe told me his favorite movie of all time is The Dark Knight. And I know what you're thinking. Hey Joe, isn't superhero movies for little kids and not guys with scary long fucking arms, you fucking crazy weird guy with long arms? And I know what you're thinking. But the more I thought of it, the more sense it made, because just like Batman, Joe loves beating the shit out of minorities in alleyways. Hey Joe, bath time called. You're late for your appointment.
When Casey was in the midst of his Robitussin addiction, he worked as a law copywriter for 2 years. And I just need to know what this copy looked like, right? Like the judge gets to the stand, he's like, Your Honor, my client can't possibly be guilty because it just says crabs like 57 times. Who the fuck wrote this? Here we are, that goddamn intern.
Why does it say, I motion the court to make worms scream?
I just raised my hand from the back of the court. Yeah, that was bad.
Doesn't sound half bad, it would be deafening. There's so many worms. For my next roast, come on. Folks are gonna know. Guys, for my final roast, I've prepared a written statement. At approximately 2:30 a.m. last night, while I slept soundly next to my wife, Amanda Pandemonium, who is goth and has big sloppy boobs. I awoke to find the defendant, Joseph the Problem Child Begley, his words, sitting at my bedside with a gallon of whole milk. Joe leaned over and said, "You and me need to have a talk, you slutty bitch." Mr. Begley reeked of whiskey and Caesar salad dressing. Mr. Begley then took me down to my own basement and tied me to a chair where he began to milkboard me. All the while he was screaming, "Where are the documents? Where are the documents? Where is that new back on El Baghdadi? Where is that move back to El Baghdadi?" If I had the documents, I would have handed them over because I believe in this country. Finally, after his extremely long arms grew tired of beating my very strong bones, Joe untied me and began to leave my home. Finally, my nightmare was over. Is this the type of man you want to represent you in Congress? I know I don't. P.S. As I was sitting there fearing for my safety and the safety of my big-titted goth wife, I thought to myself, wow, this dude really does smell like a shitty diaper.
I feel a little underprepared. I do not have a written statement prepared at all. I just want to point out, Casey was such a bad kid growing up that his parents sent him to military school. And I gotta know, what fucking military school did they send you to, dude? Was this military school sponsored by Nickelodeon, dude? Were they training you to be part of the Rocket Power Army? What the fuck could this possibly be? That's all I got. You guys are fucking great. Thank you.
Guys, make some noise for that. Holy shit. God damn. It's fucking awesome. I love to see what would happen if Mitch Hedberg chose crack instead of heroin. The jokes are there, but the movement is fucking insane.
Joe, fucking great jokes.
Thank you.
But like Casey, Jim, the props, the letter. Like what the fuck? I felt like I was in a goddamn fever dream. And honestly, before we have to take him back to the VA hospital, I'm gonna give it to Casey motherfucking Rockman.
It's hard choosing between the before and after. I was really scared that your jokes were gonna be too silly because I know Casey, but I mean, oh my god, because I'm a fan of classic roasts. But you had a couple of flops, and I mean, the audience was laughing so hard. This fucking dude right here was crying. Like, he was literally wiping tears away. So I gotta give it to Casey.
Guys, Casey is one of the going to take it. I will say, Joe, what a great job, though. Really fucking a lot of fun. Too much skill in the ball. That was great. Both these guys are fucking incredible. Well deserving of the main event spot, I will say. Right? Everybody make some noise for Joe Begley.